Into game relatively soon between these two teams. What is going to be really difficult though for Unlovables is, although their team cohesion has been absolutely amazing and they seem to move as a unit brilliantly, you've got to go up against the Stardom and the raw aim power that Stacked are taking to the game.
I think we saw that in the previous match where it just seemed like Stacked was out-fragging them, and that really threw their team cohesion off. It's very hard to have a structured attack when you're being fractured like that, and anytime it felt like Stacked and Unlovables were any kind of one-on-one situation, Stacked seemed like, yeah, you want to play me, you want to get in this battle one-on-one, fine, I'm willing to do it, and they were winning it, typically.
Let's see if we can get just a quick glimpse as to what kind of champions we can expect in this. Looks like we've got, well, Slash Anarchy and Doomslayer, we know for the time being. It's going to be Too Good rocking the Slash on this occasion, and Toxic with the Scale Bear. I think we just saw a clutch as well at the beginning, which is very interesting. To move back on what we were saying, although Stack can really out-aim pretty much any team, that could be as a sort of a silver lining for the Unlovables, because Stack might focus too much as, oh, we're just going to out-aim you, we're just going to out-frag you. But that's not the objective at the end of the day.
Well, and I was actually speaking with Stacked earlier today. One of the things they admitted is that, yeah, they're so confident with out-fragging people that sometimes their team strategy maybe they don't stick with like one playbook, basically, because they feel like, oh, we can be a little versatile and we're just going to out-frag people, because they are so talented. And they say that could maybe come back to haunt them later. So I know they're working on team cohesion a little bit and trying to move away from, oh, we're just great individual players and we let that carry the day.
No, you can't rely on that. It is an objective-based game at the end of the day, and something that Unlovables have truly shown us how to do, and sort of wiping the floor with WinRAR at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to see a bit more of that from them. Hoping to see some big things though from CCAP again. He was such a major player for them against WinRAR and Bot Mode, who was rocking the Anarchy the whole time. Again, many crucial plays we saw from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Those, I think, are the stars over there on Unlovables. No discredit to the other boys on the team, but I really felt those guys were the MVP for them yesterday. But we're going to see what happens here on Lockbox. I'm curious if, like I said, Unlovables, I think they're the ones who picked clutch, correct? So I'm wondering if they saw something maybe with the Liquid, game against Stacked.
No, exactly. Well, we will find out in a moment, as the game has now begun. And they're playing to get top 2 here in the Dreamhack game, the 2017 tournament, or to go out in 3rd place. On Sen off the beginning, who's got the Doomslayer, as they look to build themselves up for that early soul. Oh, and I think that was CCAP, who was just trying to work something with the shield to try and get himself the soul himself, but it didn't function for him. Toxic, wow, I've never seen a robot fly so fast.
Looks like he's got some pursuit, but it looks like he's going to get there before, yep. Okay, so it looks like they got the opposite they wanted.
Well, we've got some immediate pressure from the guys, but there's still a couple of seconds left until the quad damage. Is there going to be anyone there at all that is going to be able to get it? No, looks like that is going to be Noxus with the Anarchy getting the quad damage.
Yeah, this is a great start for Stacked. Getting the initial cap, they got the power up. I mean, yeah, Unlovables try to steal there, but it's really hard to get away when you got quad chasing you down.
I like that they didn't try to cap it. They tried to just hold on and wait out for the quad before taking it back to their obelisk. But it didn't work out for them on that occasion. We're seeing a sort of mining drill over there from CCAP for a moment. Doesn't come to much fruition. And by the time the quad runs out, they should be looking good to get that back to their obelisk.
Give Unlovables credit though for cutting them off like that. You really expected them to cap right there. So Unlovables did a great job of delaying the quad, and who was also the soul carrier, and getting this back on there. And great shooting right there by Bot Mode to get this. Oh my goodness! Wow.
I knew Bot Mode is bringing some big things there, but his rails are just landing right now. If you can keep that from happening, then we can still see some very good things from Unlovables.
This is great for Unlovables right now to get that turnaround. It didn't seem like it was going to start great for them, but they managed to limit what Stack could do there.
And I think that was Toxstat with the Scale Bearer trying to get some bull rush working, but not working out. And Bot Mode seeing if he can continue the showreel right now as they are on hard defense.
I'm really surprised with this pick from Stacked. I would have expected them to go with Burial Chamber again, but Unlovables looking pretty confident here on this map.
No, they've been looking very good. Going with the pummels when you run out of ammunition, just crack on with that. Manages to get 2 kills, easing the pressure off the rest of the team. And now Sen coming in to try and get the job done, but eventually the soul is taken away. And that is going to be Faz in the end with the Doomslayer. And he's just passed it. Oh, he did pass it over his teammate. I lost my marbles for a second there.
They really need to get this back to their base. You got power up coming in about 10 seconds. If Unlovables can get this defense, yeah, see, they got the soul back. If they can get the power up too, man, they're going to be in really great shape. What a turn. I mean, I'm a little dumbfounded right now with what's going on.
Oh, too good there with a very important plasma trail to secure what I think would have been the protection. I wonder if we can get eyes on the protection in a few moments to see how that attack's going to go into play. I think that was too good that was holding on to it at the moment.
Nice.
Oh no, maybe I'm wrong there. I think it was maybe Noctis in that case, misreading their slash for the Anarchy there.
Okay, yeah, Anarchy, he should easily get away here. Not to speed, protection. They definitely needed a steal there. What a nice lead, though, Unlovables. This is exactly what they needed to get off to a good start. This definitely puts them in a powerful position right now.
Yeah, and good for Noctis on this occasion. He had the power up last time and wasn't able to bring the soul back to base, but this time, with the protection, he's fine.
Yeah, very hard to stop somebody with the protection, especially in Anarchy moving 100 miles an hour. Ooh. Oh, my goodness.
All right, we've got 15 seconds till the shield is up, so they're not going to be able to use an attack with this, but are they able to put any pressure on? He is just a huge target at the moment, but he's able to throw it away to a teammate. Pass. That's a brilliant job from him.
Oh.
Nicely done, Faz. And Noctis going to be taking the ball, throwing back home, going to be running though into Seacap, manages to secure the kill. But trying to find a way out. There we go, rocket jump up. And securing a bit more distance. He's stuck down in this little hole, and he's going to die as well. Unbelievable. They didn't even bring the soul back to the obelisk immediately.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a little error there by Noctis. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, they still got it, but that definitely delayed it a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. And we're looking at just over 30 seconds until the next power-up. Be great for Unlovables to put a bit of pressure on now, secure the obelisk,
and it looks
then charge over to power up.
It looks like Unlovables taking a note out of Liquid's book like I thought they would do, putting that clutch with the shield on the point to get that steal and then just throw it out of there to a teammate.
All right, looks like it should be reaching the obelisk fairly soon if they can hold on to this pressure, but so many fights happening on this stairwell. And it's only just over 5 seconds until that power-up's going to be up, so that after they cap this, they've got to rush over to it.
Again, Unlovable showing that great team fighting. You know, they really do fight together. It's beneficial.
So what's happened here is it looks like Unlovable's decided, actually, you know what, we're not going to challenge at all on the power-up because we've secured the point. We want to set up a good defense and see if we can take down the quad, which is still quite vulnerable. But as you can see, Noctis and his team have been looking just fine. And Noctis' third power-up now.
Yeah, that's a very risky strategy in my view. Just because even though you're getting control, you're really allowing them to get momentum, and if they go on a major quad run, your whole team's going to get wiped.
It's still taking a long time for him to bring it back to base. The power-up's completely run out now, and he's got people in his way to try and slow him down. I think that was bot mode rushing past, and we've got the stack team trying to make it back in. Eventually, Noctis brings it back. But the amount of pressure that we're getting from Unlovables is unbelievable.
Yeah, they're not taking this match for granted, or they think they got a shot to win. They're coming here to win. It's pretty clear.
Oh, no, it's amazing to see at the moment.
Yeah, it's nice, the mental bounce back, because they really did get it taken to them in the previous match. So to see them play this well and make it so close is impressive.
Okay, so he's got the shield up. It'd be good if he could... he's not able to hold on to it himself. Actually, the shield goes up now, so he should be able to get hold of the soul. But has he got anyone that he can throw it to that it's going to be worth doing?
Yeah, he needs some teammates there to back him up if he's going to do that. I think if they're going to take a note from Liquid's book, that's one thing he had. It wasn't just a hang on the point alone.
Yeah, so exactly. Seacap was all alone, and nothing you're going to be able to do in that situation. And the thing is, he also since he used the shield, he's got to wait for that cooldown as well, or try and find some kind of hourglasses to make it work next time. Well, they have managed to bring it out again temporarily.
That's a big steal if they can somehow get it, but it looks like Stack's got it back under control for this next power-up spawn, which really puts pressure on Unlovables to get the next power-up. They can't give up another one.
It'd be very interesting if they're able to get hold of it, spawning in just 2 seconds. No one's jumped up there. There's been a lot of frags happening above, but eventually Tox secures it. And that armor spawns in just a second. And he has got a monster stack. I do not know what Unlovables are going to be able to do right now. Just running at him with Nailgun, if anything, to whittle down that stack, because if they don't kill him, they're likely going to be losing 100% to what they have right now, the 56.
Yeah, very hard pressed to do anything with a fully stacked scale bearer and protection. You look at his health, 250, they're going to do, it's a lot of damage they have to do. It's like 1,000 damage to take him down.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. Well, the protection has gone. And we are 97%, and we need to say one last final hurrah here from the Unlovables guys. They've managed to make it onto the... Oh, they made it just too late. So that is going to be the round going in favor of Stacked in the end, but well challenged by Unlovables.
Yeah, they got off to a good start, but Stacked seemed to get settled in and really run the power-ups. I think if you're Unlovables, I would be talking in team comms a little bit about, what happened on the power-ups in this game, because it clearly shifted the tide into Stack's favor, in my opinion.
But before the protection, we had the quad, which Unlovables gave up for free. They decided to defend their base instead. I don't dislike the moves that they made there, but they had to make sure that they executed properly on the defense versus the quad. And they weren't able to do that. Stack were far too good.
Yeah, and again, the individual skill of these Stack players, I'm not so sure that's a very risky strategy, just giving them quad.
Oh, we've got a pass back to try and slow things down. It's going to be Sen in the end, looking for a drive-by punch. Has he got anyone he can pass it to? Just managed to take down Noctis in the end. That is going to be the first soul captured, actually, for Unlovables. Here comes the quad.
Let's see if they can get this first power up and keep their momentum going.
Oh,
nice rocket jump. There we go.
What on earth is bot mode doing? So much damage that he just did over there.
Looks like Stack doing a good job of getting that power up early, establishing that high position. The one thing about this map is that power up is in kind of an exposed position. You got to get there early to be able to defend it.
No, exactly. And they've been a little bit late, and because they have to go through that teleporter, there's already a bunch of players there that they can't really do that much against. But bot mode manages to get the quad. Can he pile on the pressure? He finds him, and they are able to bring it back to base. Still a couple of seconds left of the quad as well.
Yeah, nice moves there by bot mode. Again, off to a good start. Can they get to the finish line? Get to the finish line this time in this round? I think they just need to focus more on those power-ups, and they can get it done.
Oh, running into Faz just then. Kane ends up killing himself as well. And this is it. The whole base has been completely overrun by Stack players. Now they've got to move outside and see how can they block him from coming back to their own obelisk. Yeah,
that's one of the things we ran into, again, going back to the Liquid Stack game, is one of the things it seemed like Waz was always there waiting for people and catching them as they tried to run back. Again, nice interception.
That was so quick as well. Stacks have got 2% so far on their obelisk. And we're seeing some amazing persistence from the Unlovables players. And look at that, he's just drive by again. You know what? Maybe hold on to it for a couple more seconds. He's going to have the injection. He just throws it out the middle. I like the play just there, taking down Too Good, and the soul is back up.
Smart play.
That was nice. Quick thinking as well, because it's very easy to panic. And a lot of people would just throw it in a totally different direction, and it would get picked up by a Stack player.
And even he got the one kill, but see, another enemy was there, so it was very smart for him to do that.
I mean, we're seeing amazing execution at the moment from Unlovable, so despite what predictions have been like, this is an excellent performance thus far.
As they say, a wise man once said about sports, that's why they play the games, folks.
Well, see, we got protection coming up. This is a big deal, but once again, it's Stacked that are good. Oh, just as I say that, which direction did that go in? That was bot mode who managed to hold on to it, I thought. Oh, no. My bad. It's the other Anarchy instead, Noctis, who's been insane on the power-ups.
Yeah, they got to do a better job getting there early. I got to give Stack a lot of credit. They recognize that they got to be up at the teleporter exit to defend. Oh, he's really low, though.
It's hugely low. Are they going to be able to do anything, though, with the protection? Because at the moment, Toxic's just running it back to base. If they're able to overrun it with the remaining seconds... Oh, I say remaining second. It's like a remaining second.
But again, they're off to a good lead. The power-up's out of play now for about 2 minutes, so Unlovable's got to be thinking, get a good steal here and get it going on their end again.
I mean, the way that they've been coordinating their attacks at the same time, I don't doubt that they're going to be able to put on some good pressure. And they don't seem to be caring or, looking into, oh, these guys are amazing aimers and fraggers. That's not what's crossing their mind right now.
They don't look intimidated in the slightest.
Toxic trying to hold things back as CCAT moves in with the shield. Is he going to be able to do anything? Because that is Too Good, I think. Just making good moves at the moment with the slash.
Yeah, I'm really glad. I think implementing the slash for Stacked was a good call.
Well, the amount of frags just then that we saw from Stacked, unfortunately, CCAT's able to get past for a moment, and Toxic's just going to bull rush past and get the job done quickly to start building on that percentage point.
Again, the momentum seems to be shifting in Stack's favor, similar to round one. Unlovable's got to do something here.
They managed to get a steal on it. That's bot mode. Toxic going to struggle to chase, and actually, he's going to be chased down completely. Look at these guys are all over the place. Kane having a great game as well. Nice little frag, and he's got the teammate protecting him there with the shield.
Nice throw. I really like how they're core. You can just, the team cohesion's great, but are they there for the power-up? Let's see what's going on here. See Faz already making his way over there. Guarding that portal, very smart.
I think it's been almost every single power-up has got, ooh, a frag just before the quad's taken there. And we got a drops by the stack players. Faz in the end picks it up, and he's got the armor to work with too.
Oh, man.
But look at the percentage points. They're building and building and building. I mean, CCAP is actually going to be challenging on this. He gets the pummel frag. Wow, CCAP, what is CCAP doing? He's absolutely mental. This robot is flying all over the place, but it's almost flawless from him.
Getting it done. It's amazing. Stack, look at that. They're not getting much done. And now Sen has quad. They did not get much done with that quad run.
Unbelievable stuff at the moment. Let's have a look at what the percentage points are at the moment. We are just hitting 80%. Toxic coming in, getting the choo-choo going. And Faz with only 5 points of health.
Oh, great
Still
shot.
surviving.
Clutch shot. And he dies in the... Still,
that's quite good for him, actually, to die straight away. So he's going to get a starting stack somewhere elsewhere on the map and be able to challenge again. That's just hiding up here at the top.
I think they're just trying to delay. They're worried about getting it back to their base. The pressure from Unlovable is making it very difficult for Stack to get back to their obelisk. And again, they're bringing it back to their end. They're looking really strong for this round.
Yeah, that's it. Ball mode, ready to carry the weight with that nice fast movement that he's got.
And now we have one of those tough situations that teams get put in. You have a power up in 40 seconds, which they can't wait for because, you know, by that time this round will be over. So they have to press, which will leave the power up open for Unlovables.
Well, I'd like to see, in case Stack do have a good attack, I'd love to see one of the players from Unlovables just holding on to that power up position and having it just in case they can't defend. We're looking at the 99 right now here for Unlovables.
Yeah, they should definitely have a player at that power up. Even though it's 99, that was secured.
Wow.
It looks like they didn't even need it.
They got the defense going. I thought that we saw Tox and people like that over there challenging it, but they managed to secure that 100% and take themselves around. I gave them 1 in this series, but I got a feeling we might see some more rounds from the Unlovables.
Yeah, I'm not feeling as confident as I was about my pick before this match, and credit to Unlovables for pushing Stack the way they are. Going in the round 3, I really don't know what's going to happen here. Unlovables has got off to a good start every round. If they can do that again, they're going to put an immense amount of pressure on Stack.
Yeah, they keep getting that the soul to their obelisk. They get to choose where they're defending generally. So let's take a look as it spawns in 2 seconds time. CCAP over there with the shield up, but he's been bounced around, and Toxic used his bull rush, but is at risk of just being punched down. Sen will eventually die. Toxic, can he hold on to this? Oh, never mind. No, just got it.
That was a good throw. Oh!
CCAP has been mad with this clutch. This has been one of the most entertaining clutch performances that I've seen from anyone, irrespective of duel or sacrifice.
Just more amazing stuff, just like we saw yesterday from him. He's a fantastic player. And again, even though they got that first Unlovables gets a quick steal, now it's on their end. Can they get the first power up?
No, they weren't able to. I think that was, oh, actually, they managed to steal it for a moment, but it was actually Stack that got it first. All right, coming back, but it is Too Good who is holding on to this quad at the moment. And he's surely going to be wanting to support a teammate. And just over there, is there any chance that CCAP can throw it out? That quad runs out in just a couple of seconds, but Toxic takes over it just as Too Good dies. That was a 500 damage he did with that bull rush. Everyone's going to die at that point.
But again, despite all that, the cap went to Unlovables. I mean,
no, it's absolutely ridiculous that they've been able to hold on to it despite all the great power-up work that Stacked have been doing. And, you know, if we saw Unlovables even better on the power-up, then it could be even quite a decisive victory for them.
Indeed, I completely agree with that. But still, they're in this game. Just get the steal and keep doing what they're doing. They're really pushing Stack. They got to be feeling this pressure.
For sure. Too Good there, holding on to it. Tox taking charge in front. But the amount of damage that these guys are landing, it's unreal. Too Good, very weak. I'm going to need to scatter around these resources laid out in their base. CCAP, his shield seems constantly up. He's going to be able to throw it away, but there is Tox there. He's just going to launch it back volleyball style.
Yeah, it looks like they're ready for that throw. They're keeping somebody up on that ledge.
I think maybe in hindsight, CCAP regrets his actions now.
Well, I mean, it's been pretty successful for him, so I think he's going to keep doing it. And again, they're not stopping him from capping and throwing it out. So at some point, teammates are going to be there to back him up, I'm sure.
It feels like CCAP is really kind of dictating the strategy as well for the team. In terms of he's constantly there, he's on the point. He's like, guys, I need some support. This is what I'm doing next. I've got the shield up. I don't want to just like save it for the best occasion. I want to be using it effectively as often as possible.
I'll give Stack credit here. They've mounted a strong defense. Looks like they're going to probably get this quad. Yep.
And again, Stacked getting these power-ups. This is bad news for them, in my opinion. But we are getting some good pressure. CCAP having a good go at getting the power-up. And Noctis is going to be able to follow up. And that is going to be a whole heap of Unlovables players going down. But Sen, eventually, with the pressure, can't do much of the quad himself till after he's dead.
Again, just giving up the quad. I mean, though they're doing pretty good at limiting it, but in rounds like this, you got to think, would this round be a lot more even if they're putting more pressure at the power-up? So they got to think about that right now.
I'm curious to hear after actually what type of strategies they use on this, because they do seem very much absent from it. Sen, a nice little punch up from him for a moment. Toxic under pressure. We've got CCAP, and when CCAP's here, it's going to be time for a soul throw very nearby soon. He just got a frag. I've never seen that. I've never seen that in my life.
Yeah, right? I've not. Wow, that was really good.
Fair enough. All right, world first happening over here. This is, brilliant from CCAP. But again, they barely got any percentage points off that attack. Noctis is straight back with it, so giving it over to Toxic, who's got a bit more of a stack to work with. And as usual, we've got CCAP just standing on point, just causing issues.
Not much you could do there with Toxic coming in off the high ground with the rocket. Again, a little throw by Botmo. Can they get this out? They really need to get this out of there. But wow. Credit to Stack. They're really putting on a strong defense.
Yeah, they're holding on to this, but even though they've got a lot more percentage points, it still feels like a very close game with the amount of pressure that we're getting.
And it looks like Stack's adjustment to deal with the clutch is to use the slash a plasma trail, right? And if he's going to use the shield, fine, then I'm just going to skate around you, drop this trail, and detonate.
Oh, Noctis around the back of Kane, getting the job done. And this is the most, in terms of percentage points to another, it's the most convincing scoreline that we've seen. Wow, okay. Noctis getting another pummel. I think that's 3 in a row that he's had there. Sen at risk of being punched down. And we've got some closer. The pummels, they keep on happening. He had the protection, but just so little health to work with.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for them there. It looks like Tox is pretty darn stacked. Yeah, he's going to throw that off the edge. Try to delay a little bit. Oh, no, got it. Never mind, it reappeared.
Yeah, it came back at exactly the right time, but he slowed down. I wonder if he carried on the momentum, he would have more of a chance. Here comes the pressure from Stacked, trying to bring it back over to Obelisk B.
Great shot.
And it looks like the end of this round, this map might be in sight now for them. We need to see some final hero maneuvers from Unlovables.
Yeah, they got to do something drastic right now. They're really up against it. But again, you got to give credit to Stack. They really put it together in this last round.
I see CCAP, he's making a move. He still had the shield up for quite a long time, and he's going to be able to throw it over to the bridge. Botmo's there to take cover of it, but there's just so much pressure coming out. Noctis here, looking to finally lock things down a little bit as they are on 99%. Is there anyone in the vicinity? Looks like a no. That is going to be Stack taking the first map 2-1.
Very close, actually, except for that third round. It seemed like Stack got in a groove there, really started to anticipate what Unlovables wanted to do. You see the throw from CCAP. It seemed like they were always there, ready to scrum and get over it. And even if some of Unlovables' teammates were there, they were just getting mobbed by Stack. So they seem to be ready for it. And I like the adjustment with utilizing the plasma trail anytime Clutch had a shield out. I feel like that was a great play by Too Good.
Yeah, absolutely. And he made some big plays at the end, especially when there were not many percentage points left to be able to acquire. He made sure that this plasma trail was there and that they were going to be able to secure at least the 99 from that point. But still, good from Unlovables. I feel like they hit a bit of a wall at the end where Stack started, then they unified as a team a little bit more, and then their aim that just is something they struggle to combat.
Yeah, how many times do we see Toxic running around stacked on Scale Bear? And that's just, I mean, these guys are all talented. And then at one point, you got protection, fully stacked. Even there at the end there of the run, he did a quick little 180 rail and just took somebody out. It's just, he was insane. He was looking good.
And the problem is, I think, with Unlovables is their plays on the power-ups. They made a close almost all the rounds were close to some extent, despite the score differential on the last one, but they seem completely absent on the power-up. What a team they would be if they had if they had better power-up play.
Well, and Yes, and also give credit to Stack because they were there early. They were defending that portal. It made it kind of difficult. It looked like that Unlovables were content at sniping at the platform where the power-up was. And like I said, very risky strategy, especially with the team as talented as Stack. You can't give up at this level. You just can't give power-ups over and over again in a team game.
No, exactly. And it felt like leading up to the power-ups that they were always thinking, oh, we just need one more quick thing to do and then we'll go.
Yeah.
And it's all like that. I think we saw Tox there possibly on another scale bearer, I believe. We saw Sen rocking out the Sorlag at the same time, but we'll get a better glimpse as we move into Blood Covenant, where it's going to be live or die, really, for the Unlovables. As if they lose this, they're going to be out of the tournament in 3rd place.
Yeah, they got to regroup here. They got to take something away that, hey, you know what? They were competitive in round 1. They won round 2. That was Stack's map pick. So, hey, this is their map. You know, they can do this. They just really need to put together a strong defense. And again, the power-ups, it's just bugging me. Sorry if I'm repeating myself.
No,
folks,
it's
but
so true, though.
It's just, man, you got to get on quad, and especially protection. It's one thing to miss the quad, but missing a protection and sacrifice is just, it's
a huge deal.
It's a big deal.
But it looks like these guys are bringing a great attitude to the game as well in terms of how they're breaking down the games afterwards and how they're rebuilding themselves going into the next series and so on. At least from what we were seeing from yesterday. Let's see if they're able to build upon that. And I'm sure, you know, we talk about the power-ups. They've probably mentioned it half a dozen times more between each other.
Yeah, these are talented players. They know what's going on. So they just got to make a more concerted team effort to get there. But again, I like to give credit to the opponents, Stack, who are making it very difficult on them to get the position that they need to get a good, strong, you know, position for the power-up. And credit to the Stack, man. They're on top of the power-ups.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people expect them to win the whole tournament itself. I think people are a bit shaken up by the results yesterday that they had versus Team Liquid. I know we've had so many shocks here at DreamHack Denver on the sacrifice and the duel. So I'd expect they're going to be pulling through in this series. But who knows, could get a long grand final later on if they're able to make that happen. Guys, we're moving into map number 2 now between Unlovables and Stacked. It is going to be Blood Covenant where we will be getting things started. And to begin with, we are going to be on fast, rocking out the Doomslayer once again.
See who gets off to the good start this map.
Going for the punches straight away, trying to take down C-Cap, who's going on the Sorlag on this occasion. No clutch for him. Or Sen, like I said before, my bad. And here comes the Soul. 1 second left till it's up. Who managed to grab it just then? Looks like a Stack player where they're going to be securing Obelisk B.
Yeah, this is the preferred Obelisk on this map, B, because of the close proximity to the multiple health bubbles on that side, not to mention the heavy armor. It gives you a lot to work with over there.
It looks like actually Noctis was using some of the Liquid strategy where Waz would just be standing in one of these tight corridors with the gauntlet out and be ending lives kind of immediately. I know that Juvenile suffered to that a huge amount in the series. Power up coming up is C-Cap, who has got it, who's trying to find a little bit of health that he can work with. And 2 nails. That's going to be a hell of a lot of damage where he'll take Noctis down.
Oh.
Ouch.
Ouch, yes. Oh, great rail.
I think he found another one as well. Too good did get the rail, but he died anyway. Those nails doing a huge amount of damage. Bot mode, though, getting that movement going. And he's going to finally get some points on the board for Unlovables.
Yeah, big steal for them there. The quad shouldn't have that much time left. I don't think Tox is going to get there. And he might get one shot off. Oh, he got a charge off.
Wow, that was a huge amount of damage. Bot mode eventually taking him out. But Fauzia's out to the rescue for Stacked. And slowly making his way back over, chucks it over to Noctis, who's on the bridge, and they're going to be able to get the points running once again.
Yeah, great steal there by Stacked, getting it back on their end. This is the side you really want to have defense on this map, so they're in good position right now.
Yeah, trying to lock this one down at the moment. It's still a minute until the next power-up's going to be up, so it's time to maximize the points they can get. And you can see C-Cap, it seems a bit more of a scattered attack that we're getting from Unlovables. There we are. And they need to really, again, reunify an attack at the same time. So it's a bit sort of one at a time that you eventually just end up sort of padding the stats on the scoreboard for Stacked a bit at the end.
And during those big power-up breaks, you know, that 2-minute or 90-second break between the power-ups, it's very important to mount that good offense so you don't let them get all these percentage points the way they are. So, but again, credit Stack, they're really locking in on defense. I mean, power-ups already coming up again in 15 seconds, and Unlovable's just barely getting the steal. I mean, even if he gets away, I don't even know if they can mount a good offense for the power-up.
There's a nice little throw over there from CCAP. I wonder who's there to collect it. I would have preferred CCAP making more of a move over towards the protection. This is going to be very important. CCAP died just before he got hold of it in the end. And that is going to be Toxic who gets it. And look at the health and armor that he has.
Yeah, man, they got to do better than that. That's just, they're not going to win this. They're not going to win this giving up all these power-ups.
And they didn't actually need to bring the Soul back to the base at that point. They knew that Tox had the protection. Just hold on, hide around, give it to bot mode as someone who's really mobile, and let him just run around the map, being unaffected.
And we've actually theory crafted several times too about when you have the Soul and you've stolen it, and an important item like power up is spawning. Maybe you might want to consider just going with your team and just bringing the Soul there, and making sure you can get the protection.
You know, getting those that extra manpower going in those big items, big situations is very important. CCAP though is able to bring it back. So after all we've said, they have launched a couple of successful attacks. They're going to try and catch up to the 49% stack currently have.
Now the disadvantage about this side is there's not as many health bubbles in close proximity as the other side. And then of course you have the mega health, but it's very much an exposed area out there by pillars. So you have to really go out of your zone versus the other side where you can stay back and defend a little better. So.
Exactly, and all the rails that can come from over the mega side, you can get a lot of attacks. And Faz just dancing on top and is able to secure the Soul using that. That is pretty cheeky from him. But Tox got his back. Is he going to pass it across to a teammate? It looks like a couple of his colleagues pretty low as well for that moment.
Yeah, and I like this. He's just delaying. Good communication from his team. Hey, maybe he might want to take a different route. Teammates just trying to clear out the point for him. Looks like he's got permission to go now.
And with this amount of time left, this is when Stacked are probably going to look at, you know what, let's start setting up for the incoming quad damage. It's only 10 seconds to go, but there's endless amounts of pressure from Sen and the rest of the boys.
This wasn't between this next power-up, assuming that Unlovables can get a power-up, which is, who got that there?
I think that was CCAP. I thought that, that had it.
For once there, it looked like Stack dropped the ball that time on it.
There wasn't a single person from Stacked over there. It was only CCAP, in fact, and he's going to try bring things back. Doing a lot of damage at the moment with the nail gun. Very weak on health. Might end up even giving it.
Very nice.
Perfect.
Very smart. Yep.
And this should secure them an extra 10%, quite possibly. Depends on how good the attack is going to be now from Stacked.
Blew himself up. This is good though, even though the last sequence between the power-up, they were able to catch up a little bit here and eat into that lead Stacked has, but here Stack goes again with the Soul. Can Unlovables get it back to their end and kind of keep a defense on their side before the next power-up?
That damage that he just landed over there on the way past. They're trying to get the punches, but did they manage to cap at that point? They didn't. Mode on his own, and he's just jumping off. You know what? For the greater good, I will take it away and see if my teammates are going to be ready for it to spawn back in the middle. I think Faz grabbed it. He's got the Berserk out, and he's going to be able to bring it back to the obelisk before going down.
Even though it didn't work out for them, I thought that was an intelligent play by CCAP.
Oh, completely. Is our teammate? What a combo there from CCAP. That was amazing.
Dude, his nail gun is sick. Like, jeez.
That's starting nail gun as well. He's doing insane damage from that. And the Soul, is on the floor still. Eventually gets swept up, I think, there by Too Good.
Again, so they're doing a better job. Stack not getting as many percentage points between the next power-up. If Unlovables can get this next power-up again, they'll put themselves in good position, maybe even tie the game.
And Botmode is trying to find a way back home. He's like, please, teammates, I need something over here. About 15 seconds until that protection. Are they going to fight for... I think he should bring it to the protection, actually.
Yeah.
This could be a really, really smart move from them, in fact.
Because it looked like Stack's paying a lot of attention to trying to defend the obelisk at that point. Oh, no, it looks like he redirected now.
Okay, this is going to be Stacked, I think, that they've got the protection. The thing is, he actually brought the Soul back to base, and they decided they cherish getting points over actually just waiting things out. It's a snap-second decision at the end of the day, but this could cost them quite a lot as there's still half the protection left.
Yeah, it looks like they waited for Stack. Stack knew the protection was coming up, so Stack said, forget the defense, let's go get the power up. And he took that opportunity to bring it there. But again, giving protection, how many percentage points are you really going to get?
Yeah. Now, Fox trying to move away. The amount of pressure he's after, he used a bull rush just into the wall, and somehow they're able to deal with the pressure. Too Good, he's trying to be the one who can bring it back and eventually does it, but that was hard work.
Little nail suicide there.
Oh, looking for that mid-air follow-up. That would have been glorious from Faz. Doesn't make it. And that is C-Cap. He's just able to throw away the soul. It's on the bridge, but immediately Kane is going to be dying. Which way did that soul go in the end?
He threw it to his Anarchy. I believe his Anarchy's off and running. Yep, got the
Wow.
It was a nice throw. He threw it right before he died.
Obviously died so damn quick as well. So yeah, nicely done from him. And teammates in place to get those pass stars, which I know is something that you discussed a lot yesterday, the way they kept on palming off the soul so effectively to each other at any situation.
Yeah, I really love the team cohesion from Unlovables. They really, look, they pulled themselves back into this round. It was looking pretty dire just a few minutes ago. And now we're in the 8th, into the 9th minute. If they get a good defense here in the next power-up, they could close this round out and take the lead.
Wow, Faz is hitting rail after rail.
Oh my goodness.
Dancing on top. He's just able to get the soul out. And looking to punching the air, but not exactly connecting with anything. And now Noctis, he is in a rush right now. He wants to bring it back to base.
Hey, he's in a hurry. I'm sure they want to get to this next power-up in about 5 seconds.
Well, let's see, because there is a bit of pressure at the moment from Unlovables on the soul. They're the ones that have it, but ultimately the quad should go in the hands of, I think Tox grabbed that one.
Yep, saw that scale bearer charging through. Good play, timed it perfectly.
I don't think they should bring back the soul yet. I wonder if that's what they're going to be aiming for at the moment. We can see that he's behind, and yeah, they're holding onto it down the lower corridors of the map. So Toxic and his team are like, well, I'm here, why aren't you?
I would even consider holding it towards one of the edges of the map and make him push at you and maybe reset it when the quad, spends all this time looking for you. But they're doing a good job. I like how they kept it on their side of the map because, they're assuming, oh, they're going to run to A, obviously.
Well, they have still got the soul. The quad timer's completely run out, and they're keeping calm under all the pressure that they're under at the moment, and they have a 1% lead over them.
That was a fantastic delay, a fantastic sequence of events for Unlovables.
But can they build on that? Because the pressure is unrelenting at the moment from Stack.
Well, it certainly helps that they waited for that quad to be worn out, so they have a shot.
Oh, nice little punch from Faz, but he's not going to get tied up in that fight, and he's just looking to work that objective nicely. And wow, Sen also being pretty damn aggressive at that point. Noctis, he's waiting to get his teammates back, calling for some help on the defense, but he's going to go down very, very quickly. Bot mode there, and he's getting the soul, throwing it to bridge. Ends up going over, but they're all rushing towards Tox.
Not much you can do there with so many people shooting at you.
Is there going to be Mega up at the same time? Nope, it's not going to be there. And he's going to be able to bring it back. We've got about 30 seconds left until the next quad spawns. Sorry, protection spawns. Wow, Kane, good play there. He's managed to get some work going with that plasma trail.
This is interesting. Tox needs to probably pick up a couple hourglasses there. He just used his charge. It won't be up for the power-up unless he picks up those hourglasses. Probably down pillars. I would be surprised if he doesn't go grab those.
Oh, nice little pressure we just saw for a moment from Sen. But the protection, this is key. And I've seen a lot of the stacked players not at the protection. This is a big deal, and I think that was C-Cap who grabbed that. Yeah,
I was about to say whoever gets this protection might take the round. It's that critical. So I was a little surprised Stack didn't have a presence there.
All right, C-Cap's got the soul. His teammate's done a brilliant job of being able to get out the soul himself.
That was interesting. He got hit with a rocket and it knocked him into the air. He used his air movement to just keep going.
But yeah, I'll take that. Oh, he doesn't want to get on this. Oh, he managed to deliver the soul, so that's all good. But can he hold on to the defense? The protection is still working for him, and they've managed to kill a lot of the stacked players. And Faz's position, not just on this occasion, also sharing Faz's position on top of the obelisk.
Now, a little surprised Stack didn't pay more attention to that power-up, the protection, especially with the game in the balance like this.
Well, let's see what the percentage is. It's 99% right now for Unlovables. They got a chance to bring this one back. Is there any more attack? That is going to be too good. He's coming into play. Is there another one that's able to get in time? There isn't. They don't do it. And Unlovables, they secure the first round here on Blood Covenant.
They are really giving Stack all they can handle, man. This is impressive. And this is their map pick. If they can go up 2-0 in this map, take it, force a third map, confidence, I would imagine, would be pretty sky high for them.
Oh, we're going against living legends of Quake. So, doesn't seem to matter for them whatsoever. They're performing exceptionally. Now, let's see, 10 seconds away from the soul pickup, where it's going to be very important, seeing who gets that early advantage.
Well, maybe they're thinking they're legends, but we're the new thing now. So.
Oh, he passes it over to bot mode, who's going to throw it over to his opponent, use the injection, kill him, and then take the soul back himself. And they've managed to decide what obelisk they wanted to take control of. Opted with obelisk A.
Yeah, I think it was because it was so safe and open, and look how many, they're already getting some ticks on that percentage right now. They can get this power up again. We've seen it many times. They'll have about 30% or so when it wears off.
Oh, I think that was bot mode. He did manage to grab it first, but it quickly went over to Faz, who's just used his Berserk. Others, they can put some pressure on. Faz is clearing the way for Noctis, who's opted to go for the upper route out.
Yeah, they should be able to get this back to their end. Faz has got a decent amount of stack. Oh, especially with the machine gun. It does so much damage when you have quad.
Well, they finally bring it back. There we go. Solar's on the point, and they start getting, they can start building up that score a little bit. But now the quad is out. They only secured sub 5% before that happened. The pressure is immediately going to start ramping up.
Oh, great nail work there by Faz. It's a great position to be in if you're going to just spam some nails because of the... You really got to come in a straight line from that area.
Whoa, what was that from... we just saw Sen doing a double jump and berserking onto the bridge. We have not yet seen other context happening from the Doomslayer.
Nice steal again by Unlovables. Can they get it back to their end? It'd be about, what, 40 seconds or so to the next power-up. So if they can get it here and a little more defense, build a little more, get a lead. It's pretty even right now, 16-19.
I've got to give some credit to bot mode because he's being really random with the routes that he's picking to bring the soul back to the base. And I think that Stacked are actually finding it very hard to read that which direction is he going to end up going. There's so many twists and turns that he's making.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job of reading where the enemy team is and redirecting, delaying, doing whatever he needs to get back there. And I would imagine some of that you got to thank his teammates, I would imagine, for giving him that information he needs. Exactly.
Faz getting himself a string of frags at the moment. Kane on point, trying to defend things. And look at the amount of score that they're building up on at the moment. We got 15 seconds until protection. Very, very important. Unlovables could maybe see a map within reach if they were able to get this protection.
Yeah, C-Cap already there with Sorlag ready to go. Got a teammate backing him up. They're ready for this.
Wow, he picked it up just before the Berserk came into play. They managed to secure the kill. There's still a lot of pressure, and he needs to find the health bubble as fast as he can. That damage on him.
But good thing bot mode was right there.
He's right there. Oh, almost gets the mid-air, but just getting splashed off the wall in the end. And he wants to use as much of this, get back to base as quickly as possible and save that protection. It's over in actually still about 5 seconds time, so they should be able to clear the base completely before things go bad. Brilliant jump up.
Yep.
Maximize your use of that power up.
Yep, he just took it, going full blast. He knew it was about to wear off, so he took the opportunity to put some damage on it. Great job by Unlovables. They got a nice lead right now, even though Stack's got the steal. Let's see if they can get it back to their end.
Oh, the punches! Sen coming back in, and he manages to deliver it back to the base so they can continue piling on that score. Stacked at the moment, under pressure that we saw Liquid piling on them, but I don't think we're expecting to see it quite in this context as well.
Yeah, for sure. But again, Unlovables playing really good. Even now, so if Stacked even gets this back, look how much time has kind of gone off the clock. The next power-up's going to come into play in about 45 seconds, so if they don't secure it, they're really not going to get much out of this. And not to mention, Unlovables is doing a good job of stealing the soul before the power-up.
And as you say, power up, but they've been so much better with it. They've been so much better with it.
Oh, it's absolutely made a difference.
They still can look at getting a 2-0 on Stacked on this map. Trying to pressure this point. So many of the players over there. Have they got anyone that can help them? They even stopped the Toxic as he's got doing a charge with the Bull Rush. And that is bot mode. As he can be able to deliver it back, there's an opponent ahead of him. But he's fine.
It's a big steal. Can they get the next power-up, which will be quad? And if they go on a nice run here.
I think that was C-Cap that was up at the top that managed to keep back the soul, but it looks like we might see a bit of absence from the Unlovables players. Noctis getting the power up. He's going to go down. Who's going to be able to get the quad afterwards? It's going to be Faz, and he's got a decent amount of health and armor. But look at the pressure, though. Unrelenting. They're not allowing the power up to have a clear path to the objective. And look at over there on the X-ray, you can see that all of the players from Unlovables.
Yeah, they're waiting for the return. Great nail gun work again. That's again, as we saw earlier, it's excellent position to throw those nails down that hallway. Oh, nice shotgun work. Beautiful.
Nicely done, Noctis. Great string of frags there with the shotgun. Now they've just brought the soul back to the obelisk. However, the quad ran out immediately. They didn't make the quick job of that. So let's expect here some more pressure from Unlovables.
Yeah, Stack needs a strong defense here going into the next power-up. They could probably tie the game if they get a strong defense before the next power-up and look to close the show if they can secure the power-up as well. I think protection's coming up next, so that's going to be a big one.
Well, bot mode was doing so much work earlier, but unfortunately for Sen, he wasn't able to follow up on what CCAP and the Anarchy did. And now we've got a tied score. Bot mode coming up. He's got Pummel in play. Oh, doesn't quite get the kill. Vazdo would be so weak after all of that happening. And they're using the cheeky strats as well, going on top of the obelisk. Can't find himself away from the bridge, though. And that lead is slipping away.
Yeah, I got some good pressure here, but credit to Stack. They're really starting to dial in. Oh my gosh, all the frags.
Noctis with the mid-airs as well. Little over 10% required for Stack to get themselves their first round here on map 2.
Now they're in a bad spot, 15 seconds. I don't think they have time to just wait for the power-up. They gotta get this soul now.
CCAP trying to get something done. I don't know if he managed to throw the soul away in time. We've got 5 seconds until power-up, but they're not going to be able to focus on this. Here's the 99. Is anyone there? It isn't. It's going to be a 1-1 now between Stacked and Unlovables here on Blood Covenant.
Going to round 3 again.
Oh, these rounds are so damn close, though, between these two. Oh, my God.
You got, man, Unlovables, great fight, man. They're putting it up. And I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen Stack pushed very often, other than like top teams like 2Z and things like that. So Unlovables definitely improving.
Well, let's see if they can pull out all the stops right now. They need 1 round, and they can take themselves over to map 3.
I wonder if they might want to consider trying to take Obelisk B instead of A this time.
Yeah, well, we've got the soul coming out now. Let's see what's going to happen with that. Got Too Good. He's trying to pass it off to a teammate, but Sen all of a sudden gets in the way, and he's trying to... What? The pummel to shotgun frag going off. Awesome work from him. Well, who's securing the soul now?
He threw the soul straight in the air above, to the hourglasses lower than rail, and it looks, yeah, he had a teammate there waiting for him.
Well, they do like the Obelisk A, it seems.
Yeah, it seems like they like Obelisk A. I don't know if that's by choice or just by circumstance that they think it's clean.
I think that was Too Good that managed to grab over the quad. Limited amount of stack, though, and bot mode putting enormous pressure. He's going to go down. Is that Noctis that grabbed it? I think it was. Yeah.
Yes, it was. And that's why, for those a little less experienced in team play, that's why it's important to back your teammate up. Even though they have quad or protection, if something were to happen and that item drops, you need to be right there to pick it up for them.
Go there on the support. Good stack at the moment for Noctis with the Anarchy. Following up on his teammates and going to try and clear their obelisk so that they can get the points. But there are so many players in the way. Toxic just bull rushes right into his, like, guys, I got it, don't worry. Nice little return fire there for a second. Bot mode. Is he going to suicide? Oh, I thought he was going to try some crazy chick jumps. Yeah. Yep, there it is. And he's just waited for his teammates to say, okay, we're ready in middle. We can challenge for this. But it's absolute cess going on. And it looks like Fast comes out on top.
It looks like Stacked is reading that play,
Soul's not respawned yet, actually. They have to keep going. They have to wait over there. Occasionally can take about 15, 20 seconds until it respawns. And that is going to be CCAP who's going to manage to pick it up.
Again, though, I like the delay. It just keeps Stack from being able to do anything because the soul's completely out of play. And then you can focus on maybe, oh, great rock. Wow. It's Noctis. Picking up from where he left off in duel.
He is landing a lot of strong rails at the same time, too. The amount of time that passed when, you're waiting for the soul to come back to the middle and bot mode was hanging around before then, points weren't being gained from either teams. So Unlovables, even though they didn't get much, they made sure that the lead that they had isn't being drawn out or lost too much. Oh, man. We've got to see them move straight over to the power-up next.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Bot mode, he's actually moved away, and it's going to be all about Stacked over here. Quad has spawned. Oh, sorry, protection, my bad. And it is going to be Too Good, actually, with the good amount of health going. Not going to wait for the armor at this stage. But look, there's no soul on the obelisk.
I like what Stacked is doing with the power-up on Blood Covenant right now. Looks like they really changed up their strategy from yesterday, utilizing that slash trail. I think they recognize how useful it was with the Liquid game, and they're utilizing it now for themselves.
Well, they managed to eventually track down the soul, but that protection is long gone now. And no points were acquired, actually, for Stack during that period. Sure, Unlovables, they didn't get the points themselves, even though they held on to the soul. But it's about mitigating the risks at this stage.
Yeah, Stacked again. Off to seem to be getting some good defense over here.
Oh, lovely frags over here from Stacked. Taking down Sen, who's been a bit of a menace on top of that B obelisk.
Yeah, it just seems like the momentum has really started to shift in Stacked's favor. They're starting to mount the strong defense on Obelisk B. Again, I kind of question maybe Unlovable should have made a more concerted effort to try to steal this Obelisk, you know, one of these rounds.
He chased all the way. Faz was like, I'm going all the way with you. I don't know if he did that deliberately or if he clicked on Berserk and went to target him and he just kind of got auto sent towards it in the leap. So, yeah. Still look great, Faz. We're not bothered at all by any means whatsoever. Toxic here with some great rails.
Just having a field day, chilling at the rail platform, you know, just railing away.
That's it. Targets easy to land. Almost manages to land that.
I thought for sure he was going to hit that guy with.
That was damn close. Bot mode. Managed to get it for a second, but Faz gets in the way. He's going to be chased over, though, from Sen, who's going to land the punch on him, and still in Berserk. Oh, and he just left it. Managed to get the kill on... He's getting so many frags at the moment. What on earth is going on there?
Oh. Nice job. This time, nobody was there except for Kane, so he's got quad. I'm wondering if Stacked is saying, you know, protection more important maybe, and don't put as much emphasis on quad. I mean,
that could be it. They seem to be wanting to get the points out as quickly as they can. And Kane, he needs to find some speed at this stage to bring back that. They need to start thinking about the points. Oh, nice what a rail down there from Faz. Look at that, Tog. You do not want to get in the way of a bull rushing scale bearer with quad. That could be devastating for them.
I really like the approach Toxic there. You know, patient, didn't just jump down onto the point.
Yeah.
Took the, you know, an angle where he could really utilize that quad lightning gun. Good play.
Very cautious from it. Now we're at 80%. They just need 20 more, and they can take down this series and guarantee themselves top 2 in the Sacrifice tournament here at DreamHack Denver 2017. Sen trying to get something done. Oh, he does just about grab it and jumps away. That's insane that he was able to get that much time on it, actually.
That's an interesting strategy. We've seen him do it several times. Just jump on top of the obelisk like that and use that double jump to get away.
Is this a final hurrah now for Unlovables? Going up versus 87% on the obelisk of Stacked.
Well, we've seen crazy things happen in Sacrifice before, so who knows? But yeah, they're certainly up against it. They dug themselves a huge hole in this round.
Sen coming back to the defense. But Kane holding on strong, but there's pressure. It's usually, if you can't see them down at the bottom, it's usually because Faz or Noctis are lurking up on the top. Sen manages to kill him, and they're starting to build the points. The defense has been pretty good from them, and Tox and co aren't quite able to bring the soul out of the obelisk.
Yeah, if they can somehow get the protection while keeping their defense intact, they could get really close to tying this with a good protection run.
Sikap's going for it. I maybe would have liked to have seen a rocket jump a bit. Who grabbed it just then? Was that bot mode? Oh no, Noctis. Again, the arch nemesis Anarchy instead. And here comes a little bit of pressure. I think they knocked him off of the soul for just a moment, so he wasn't able to defend it. It's still on the point, and he's not able to get the pressure on. He comes back, having recovered with a couple of health bubbles, but again, that is a nightmare in terms of the amount of time he loses.
Yeah, and the amount of health, he's really barely getting out of there.
Protection is almost gone. Trying to just send backwards rockets, and he dies just as he gets to the point. But all of the players from Unlovables are ready immediately. I think there's 1 or 2% that Stacked got just then.
Yeah, but they're still up to 89. You know, they got a good lead, but man, this is just really close.
Oh, beautiful. Rocket. Very slam dunk over there from Toxic, but all of the guys there from Unlovables are immediately there to help their fallen friend. And Sen brings it back.
Again, that just team play of Unlovables really sticking together, working together. It's very impressive to watch, especially against such individual and great talent of Stacked.
I mean, no matter what happens right now, they have accomplished a lot of great things in this tournament. And you know what? It's still where we are at the moment. It's not necessarily even the end.
Oh no, not by any means. Look, they're pretty much ready to tie this game, and looks like we're going to see another power up. Who gets quad? It could decide everything. A big quad run could end this game.
Whoa, Botmo just got a huge amount of frags. It was under crazy contest just then, and they somehow managed to secure it. They're now in the lead. We've still got 20 seconds left until the power-up's up, but Toxic finally is able to bring this out and uses that bull rush to good effect.
Big steal. They needed. Can he get it back though? Oh no.
Oh God.
Oh my.
Is he going to be able to make away? He hasn't got much health whatsoever. His movement has been superb, but he's relying now. Teammates, tell me, what am I meant to do at this stage? We've got the quad coming up at the same time, but bot mode is also in a rush. Look at that. Everyone wants to turn up for the quad, and bot mode's just like, I'll just sneak by.
Oh, Sen stole it. Stack got it at first. Yes, Stack got it at first, but then Unlovable stole it. Oh no, this is not good for Stack.
The quad is still running as well.
He's got a good, decent amount of health and armor.
What a shot over there. They've held onto it as well.
I think
Puka's going to go down.
I think they're closing this map out right now.
Unbelievable damage we're getting at the moment. Unlovables, they secure the map as well. 2-1 on Blood Covenant. We're going to a tiebreaker.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You got a credit to Unlovables. You know, and anybody who's been watching, if you haven't been a fan of Unlovables or you didn't know who they were before, you should know who they are now because...
Damn right.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, like you said, regardless of what happens in this next map, you got to be very pleased with their performance against such top-notch players, a top-notch team like Stack.
No, I know, having looked at a lot of the players, practicing in Europe, that there are very few teams that are actually able to take rounds off of Stack.
Absolutely, yeah.
Taking a map off of Stacks, that is insane. So huge props, and I hope that everyone watching at the moment is marveling in awe at the moment of what Unlovables are doing, because they're people in the scene who aren't really well known. They're not the household names of the Quake community on any level whatsoever. I think some people maybe see them come in this tournament and like, oh, it's nice to see that we get some new faces, young blood. But this is this is almost already an upset.
Yeah, man, and great play. Some of those frags from bot mode and Sen, and it's just overall the team cohesion, the way they back each other up. That's the big thing. Because Stacked individually, they had to get a frag, Soul Carrier down, but it just seemed like 2-3 Unlovables just there to help their teammate out and run out. Other people running interference, just really good teamwork. I really like to hear their comms. I bet their communication is just...
Oh, it would be great. It would be great to hear that. But I think, Sen with, I believe, with the Doomslayer, I mean, he had such an impact during that game as well. And I think he had really some highlight moments at the end.
Yeah,
securing that chaos going on at the power-up. Unbelievable how they recovered all of that.
And then he was showing off those dance moves on top of the obelisk a couple times, One, keeping the percentage from going up and getting some steals here and there. Once he got away with very low health, was able to pass it to his teammate, and you just think those little plays, they add up. It's such a close game, right? Those little plays make a big difference.
The funny thing is I think I saw Stacked actually using that strategy first when it was Faz on top of the obelisk to begin with.
Yep.
And it seemed like Unlovables were missing a trick. And then all of a sudden they started implementing that strategy straight away. Now I don't know if maybe they were doing that before, and I'm missing something over here. But I think it is great they managed to sort of play them at their own game still and get some success from it. Now I'd almost kind of scribbled out what the tiebreaker map was going to be because of obvious reasons. But we should be moving over to Tempest Shrine next, where we will see who is going to be playing Team Liquid in the grand finals.
And Stack got pushed in round 2 yesterday by Unlovables. Stack barely pulled that second round out, 100-99, and it looks like Unlovables stepped their game up today. So that makes you wonder that we're going to see what's going to happen. All of a sudden that pick is...
Well, we both said 2-0 to Stack.
Yep. So we've already been proven wrong.
That's it. And Jahar's probably already feeling smug, but he's not necessarily going to be right.
No.
Do you believe right now? Do you believe in Unlovables?
I believe. I'm starting to believe. They're making a believer out of me.
Real things happening. I think that was, I didn't see, was it on the right Stacked using the sort of light champion lineup? I think they went to the Anakin Slash and a Doomslayer. It sounds like a Stacked thing to do, but we'll see as we go into game in just a few moments as they go past the warm-up phase. Curious what chat is thinking at the moment as well. I wish I could see that to see what predictions are changing. So it was 88% in favor of Stacked.
They had a good 40% lead at least at one point in the last round, and wow, it's credit to Unlovables.
They almost got the 2-0 as well on Blood Covenant.
Yeah, so
I mean, that is unbelievable. But you know what? They're going to have to stay composed at the moment. They've been playing so well so far, but are they going to be able to keep themselves together, keep the big plays happening? Sen, Kane, CCAP, bot mode. I mean, been stunning so far. We just got to see if they can hold tight.
We might have called this could be the day of upsets, the underdog.
I mean, it has been.
I mean,
it's just a full day.
This is just crazy. If they pull this off, I am full on saying I might just throw all my picks out the window and just,
seriously.
I mean, seriously, this my head's
Which is banned predictions at that point.
My head's exploding right now.
Well, guys, actually, they're just floating through the warm-up still for just a second. But yeah, what we're seeing a lot on the obelisk here is that low root getting used quite a lot. I'm surprised that maybe if Stacked didn't pick the Scale Bearer, it can often be quite a scary champion to use on those levels. I'm excited to see what bot mode's going to be doing though with his soul roots.
Yeah, I'm becoming a bot mode, CCAP. I mean, all these guys. I'm becoming a big fanboy. Very impressed with this play.
Guys, let's do it. This is the tiebreaker map right now between Stacked and Unlovables as they start here on Tempest Shrine. As I've said already, winner is going to be meeting Team Liquid in the grand finals. Soul due to spawn in 5 seconds time. Let's see which way this one goes.
And one of the interesting things, because this is one of the newer maps that they've added, you know, it's kind of what team has put in the most work, because right, there's a limited amount of time you've had with the new map.
Yep.
Some teams might gloss over, think we're okay, oh, we've won some games. Other teams will hit it really hard and want to master it. So we're going to see what's going to happen here.
Well, Unlovables, they managed to get the point first. And they've secured Obelisk B, which in my opinion is the stronger Obelisk of the two.
Yeah.
But we're able to see. With quad damage has come out. It's going to be taken by Noctis, but he's under a lot of pressure right now. Looking for the health bubbles, the resources scattered on the edge of the map.
But even still, see, low, delaying, percentage points ticking up for Unlovables. Even if he does get the steal, he still has to manage to get it back to their point. Good start again for Unlovables.
Wow, they even managed to kill Noctis. They still got the soul on the point. They got the quad there, and just as the Stacked players are coming towards the obelisk, that's when they pick up the quad and say, right, now I'll use the rest of the time and see if I can take you guys down. What a start from them.
And I like what you just said. That shows how much the intelligence they're thinking about that. No, don't pick up the quad right away. Just let it sit there with the timer remaining. Once the enemies show up, boom, grab it.
Yeah. I mean, it's perfect. Toxico eventually gets a steal, but he's under a lot of pressure, and there was still that damage over time coming to play. That's going to be Noctis there, helping out his friend. And just have a quick look at the composition that each team's using. A very light champion lineup that we're getting from Stacked. That's going to be a limited amount of total team health and armor, whereas you're looking at, we've got the Doomslayer and the Sorlag being used by Unlovables. So still CCAP there, rocking the Sorlag.
Yeah, one of the things I'd be concerned with the Stacked lineup is what area denial do they really have with their champions, other than Slash? I mean, yeah, you could go berserk and punch around a point, but I think the Plasma Trail is the real only reliable area denial that they have.
That's true, that's true. CCAP, though, he's so weak, needs to pass it over to a friend. He'd got it back, he's like, no, seriously, I'm passing it to you. Please help me. I think that was Toxic. He's getting it, and it's actually Toxic who's going to be using the Slash instead. It was Noctis, sorry, Too Good that was using it before.
Again, a nice steal. If they can get this back to their base and get ooh, maybe not.
What a rocket just then, actually, coming down. You know what? Forget about the soul if you are Unlovables. You need to get over to the power-up. It's spawning in a second. You know, they've got Kane there who's putting the pressure on. Who's got it?
Looks like Stacked. Man short. And again, being a man short at a power-up, not ideal. They did get the steal, though. They might be hiding the...
They are hiding right now. Unlovables are just floating on the side of the map. Their armor is going to Tox, but it's that sort of little hallway on the edge, and if he gets attacked, I'm pretty sure he's just going to fall off.
Oh, absolutely.
So, oh, I accidentally slipped, and now you've got to wait for it to respawn. No problem. Protection.
Wasted the whole protection. Smart play. Look, they know. Now he's... Oh, a little early.
You know what? Still no protection to deal with. They can organize themselves for an attack. Tox ready to pass the soul over to a teammate. And it is going to be Noctis who he's going to be brought back to base safely with the help of that plasma trail of Tox.
Still, even though they got it, I got to give credit to Unlovables there for really minimizing the damage that was done from that power-up.
I mean, for the time being, they still have the lead. See if they're able to actually get on this. Sen spots the Mega, decides he wants to take it. They did manage to draw out the soul out for a bit, but slowly but surely Stacked are creeping back into this one, and they're going to be tying the game up.
Yeah, sometimes Stacked, when they really get into a groove and lock in on defense, because there's such great individual players as well, and then you spread them out and they're all shooting at you from various angles. So talented.
Wow, all that spit, almost all of it landed, I'm pretty sure. Bot mode, he's trying to find a way to throw it out, but there's just not much space. Kane trying to get in, but he's not able to slide close enough to really maximize the damage that he was looking for. And back on bot mode, let's see if they're trying to plan an attack from a two-pronged one at the same time.
A big turnaround here for Stacked. I mean, it wasn't looking good for them early on, but now they have the lead. Oh, man.
Here we go, Sen. Going to be eventually pressured by Toxic, but bot mode ready and waiting. Did he just throw it off the edge? I don't think it quite made it. Oh, the amount of plasma trail there is, it's everywhere. We've basically got rainbows coming over here, and Toxic with the sideways backwards crouch sliding. It's looking good.
It's detonation everywhere a minute ago. But yeah, oh my goodness, Faz is cleaning up.
And Set, his teammate is over there. He wasn't supporting him. He decided to just a little bit tunnel visioned on the health for some reason, and he dies. I think that's we haven't seen many slip-ups from Sen, to be honest, but I think that was a mistake.
Yeah, he dropped the quad right on their obelisk for him, and
yeah.
Oh, it looks like his teammate actually.
No, they eventually managed to pick it up, but I really think they could have got back to base a lot sooner if Sen wasn't just eyeing up the health bubbles too much. Whoa.
Nice.
Awesome rocket there from CCAP. And it's a good job they don't suffer too much from that just minor error, and that they're able to continue pushing and trying to get back to the same percentage points that the Stack currently have.
Yeah, it definitely could have worked out a lot worse for them, but thankfully for them, they're still in good shape.
Looking at the defense, we've got a minute until the power-up's up there, so there's plenty of time to get some good def going on. But they immediately counter it. I think that was too good. He managed to just get the soul in time.
You can see shoot through this window there.
I like it.
It's kind of interesting because it does block some shots, so it's a weird little window.
And they've managed to look at that. They've easily passed them now.
Oh, yeah.
Almost 75%, looking to close the gap closer to that 100, and they just completely gotten rid of all of the players from Stacked.
And a little bit longer, if they can keep this percentage going up, again, Stacked is going to be in that tough spot where protection is going to be coming up, and they have to attack at the same time.
Yep, look at that. We've got a string of frags just there from the Stacked players, and it's actually in time for when the power-up's going to be spawning. I wonder if they want to go for both.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm thinking get this back in a hurry and establish presence at power-up.
Well, Toxic is slow, and he's wary about going over there, and there's a lot of pressure that he's under. Bot mode beside him. Is he able to get back in time? He's not. Now let's see who gets the power-up as well. So that's... No, it was Faz. I thought that CCAP was contending just then. And bot mode... Under a lot of pressure. I wonder if he's going to hide.
He's not terribly stacked. Oh, there we go. Now that he has the health, he's in much better shape.
Well, they dropped it. It's been dropped out of the map at the moment. And it looks like it's going to be a long respawn as well. So protection is going to tick down quite a lot. This is a very good chance at the moment for Unlovables to challenge for the respawn.
Again, making a smart play like this, delaying. This is twice they've done it in this round. Think about what a difference that's probably made in terms of percentage points. That could be the reason why they're ahead right now.
No, it's absolutely huge. Faz eventually brings it back with no power-up in hand. And soon, you can see at the moment at the other side of the map is where most of the Unlovables players are, but they've got a fairly healthy health and armor, all of them. It's time for them to pressure. There they are, up on the top sides. Faz left almost alone down here, defending, trying to get some rockets going, and he's not quite able to take care of bot, but it eventually gets there. But they lost out on the soul. That's going to be CCAP looking like he's trying to collect it, but it's going to be thrown away.
I was amazed Faz made it through that plasma trail the way he did. I thought he was about to get detonated for sure.
I see. We should have the soul coming back up in just a moment. Hoping for, well, Unlovables will be hoping to get the respawns working in time so that they can challenge for it. Sen close on the side, getting as much machine gun damage as he possibly can. But CCAP, he's got it, and he's got the rockets. He's going to have that. Oh, he runs straight into it, and he's like, no, what? I'm going to throw it back off the edge.
Great play.
They're playing the long game here.
Yeah, they're definitely playing the long game. We got a quad coming up in about 20 seconds.
They threw it over to them.
They got it. Oh, that was a miscue.
Did he bring it back in time? I don't know.
I don't think he made it.
Wow, I think Toxic just got in the way of that. They were just half a dozen units away from securing that soul, but now they're going to have to get back on the defense. That's going to be heartbreaking for Unlovables. But they've got to continue under the pressure, and now power-up is here, and Tox is waiting over there.
See, this is what we were talking about earlier, about maybe, putting a concerted effort. See, Tox had the soul, but he's there supporting his teammates, making sure they can get the quad.
This is really hard work at the moment for Unlovables. They've made such a good effort to try and slow things down so that they could get the job done themselves and maintain control of the soul. But right now, they kind of need to wait out for this quad and then attack when it's 95, 97%.
It's going to be really tough to do that, though. I think they're just Faz doing good work, keeping good position in the back. I noticed that's kind of his position on those back stairs.
Yeah. And I think now, with the power-up gone, this is where the pressure's going to come. Sen was on top. Damage coming from the upper platform. Soul has been taken, though, and it is bot mode. He's got it, and he's continuing with the rocket jumps. He's probably going to alert his teammates that the armor is going to be spawning. He makes it down in time. Does need to get this frag over on Faz, who's away from the
he thought
sensitive zone.
He turned away, thinking that was enough damage.
But they still got control of this at the moment. Still 98% for Stacked, but that is getting very, very close.
Well, now it's 95, 96% for Unlovables.
Are they able to take him down? That was Toxic that was on the point for a second. He didn't quite touch it. Oh no, too good. Now they're all coming in. It's 99% right at the moment for Unlovables. Are they able to get rid of all the Stacked players? Have they held on to it? They got it! Unlovables are 1-0 in this map.
What is happening? What is happening? Man, Unlovables.
This is such sick play.
I believe.
And they're pulling out all the stops, all the strategies. If they lose out on the power-up, they make sure they've got the soul. They make sure they can delay things going on. They, compared to what we saw yesterday, I mean, they've just like upped their delivery by 100%.
And earlier I said maybe. Now I think it's safe to say that yes, their delaying strategy, throwing the soul, that won them the round. Very intelligent play.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think Stacked easily lost out on probably like 60, 70% worth of points they could have got.
Yeah, they had two protections that really didn't give them anything.
Oh, well, let's see what happens. The soul has been taken. Looks like a Stacked member did get it early on. Sen up the bounce pad, looking to get the punch, but I think he might just see if he can chase Faz, who's currently got it. Look at the pressure that he's under.
Oh, nice.
We're not even going to get the obelisk touch by the time basically the power-up's up. Noctis, he goes over to the other side, so the obelisk control is going to be the same as last round.
Yeah. It looked like it was very deliberate. They might like that obelisk.
And this is a much better start, though, for Stacked. They needed something like this to try and, you know, settle down the storm that is Unlovables. Nice little frag there on Kane, but under a lot of pressure. Not very much health left, and he's eventually going to go down as well. So the quad's there, but not many seconds left on it.
And I like what they're doing with the quad, keeping into that back stairwell with the machine gun. Because even if something happens, it's really, really deep in their defense. So, you know, odds are a teammate's going to be there to easily pick it up after.
Well, further pressure being applied right now. We've got an attack. They're trying to just unify themselves once again so that they can all attack at the same time. Bot mode, did he quite touch the soul? I don't think he did. And this is a lot, 40% to 0 right now. This is one of the actually most convincing rounds we've seen from Stacked so far.
Yeah, this is definitely the best start they've had the whole match. But can they finish it? I mean, we saw Unlovables come back twice so far, so.
It's about having that mental fortitude. They are on match point to get into top 2. I mean, we were talking about sort of Razy going versus Kelston, and he almost letting go of these crazy leads. We could be approaching that too. Brilliant work from Noctis with the pummel, bringing that soul back to base.
And touching on the game, as you see, yeah, it's very tough. The closeout game, the closeout round, yeah, the pressures are high.
And this is where Stacked is so strong in that, because they've got that experience and the sort of mental fortitude in these competitive environments that they've been building on year after year.
Seems like they've really woken up now. They are just dominating this round.
70% to 0. What on earth has just happened? We've gone from one extreme almost to another.
Yeah.
And Level's not quite able to get anything done at the moment. And we're getting into the second power-up. And I think this is what they're trying to secure. Yeah, it's going to be quad, actually, not protection. Oh, no, protection does spawn in the end.
Great play.
Wait,
too good. Too good. Came out of Ghost Walk, took it, killed a couple guys. Great play again. James, lovely play.
And this is probably going to secure that. We might even see 100-0 right now.
That was... they really needed that quad, Unlovables did. Yeah. And that's why they put so much of a presence on it. They're like, let's just try to make something happen with this, and it didn't work out for them.
From what was a 10+ minute round before. They finally took it. Are they going to get able to get anything from this? It's all 98% that Stacked has. Botmo's going to be given it, and they've got a percentage point.
Hey, all right.
But what on earth are they going to have to do right now to hold on to this and build back? There's already pressure there coming from Faz. He's going to try to come out. He's in berserk mode at the moment. Where's the pressure coming from Unlovables? Here it is, C-Cap coming into play. And he does manage to actually get the gauntlet. This is the gauntlet alley right now.
Yeah, that alley is just a cesspool, man.
But is there anyone challenging at the moment? No, there isn't at all. That is going to be Stack taking 100% to something like 6%, I think, that Unlovables had.
Just domination, big turnaround. Man, they really woke up in that round.
That was mental collapse right there just, for Unlovables.
Yeah, what happened? They need to regroup. Winner takes all next round.
This is it. This is it. Tie-breaking map, tie-breaking round. And we've already seen some amazing things so far, but are we able to get Unlovables recompose themselves and do something like we've seen a little earlier in the series? Because it'd be emotionally painful for them to go out the way they went out last round.
So close. I mean, yeah.
Too Good goes down.
And regardless, I don't care what anybody says. If you thought this was going down to a do or die last round for these teams and winner takes all, I'd say you're a liar.
Yeah.
Because, no, man, I can't believe we're here.
Oh, Seacap, he does manage to take the soul away for just a moment. Who's going to be there to get the pickup? Kane is around.
He's very low, though. He'd be fortunate to get back to his end.
I think he still got it at the moment. We're just looking at who's going to be grabbing this power-up.
He did make it.
Wow, okay. And that is Sen, who's actually got the quad, so this is infinitely better for the start than what we saw last round from Unlovables.
Again, he's not terribly strong, but he's taking good defensive position, using a long-range hit-scan weapon, 40 damage per shot. His teammates should be there to pick up. Ooh, 2 rails, though. Killed the quad twice in a row. Ooh, 3 rails in a row. Faz.
It's not ending on this. Noctis has got it. Now they can finally start applying a little bit of pressure to this. But I think the Unlovables are going to be moving away from that point and be looking, how can we defend a little bit? Oh, maybe not, because 3 of them are going to die immediately from Noctis' shotgun. Make it 4. I think that's pretty much a full team wipe he got then.
Wow. Just a big turnaround there. It looked like they were going to be okay, and then Faz just came in, railed 3 guys, Noctis took quad, and wow, what a turnaround.
Yeah, nicely done there from Stacked, and they're looking at tying up the percentage points. You can see 4 of the Unlovables players coming through this. Tribal actually to good effect, but Seacap, a couple of decent frags before he goes down to himself.
Nice pass.
Brilliant pass, actually. His teammate got hold of it. Where's it gone? Oh, it fell down. I think it rebounded off the wall for just a second. Oh, he's just got to make it away. 4 health to go. But Faz is there with the shotgun. He didn't have to land much, though, to make that work. Sen passes it back over to the heavy armor spawn. And who's on there to pick it up? It is Too Good. And he has just picked up the heavy as well, in fact.
Very interesting game. I'm just on the edge of my seat.
Got all the punches. Can he hold on to it at all? Noctis now has it. But he's under so much pressure. Eventually, they find a safe route back to the base. But Kane is on a bit of a killing spree himself. Double zoomed in rail. Wow.
Again, I think they're spending too much time focusing on the obelisk right now. What about the power-up in 10 seconds? Now their whole team's wiped out pretty much and respawning.
They got to go there now.
Yeah, they have to get there.
I see, it looks like there's a few more Unlovables players over at the quad, actually, but I think Stacked are quickly putting pressure on. And
again,
it is Too Good. Okay, nicely done.
He's definitely been there consistently with his Nyx and Ghost Walk, ready to get that quad or protection for his team.
Yeah, since the first round, I mean, his Nyx has been working wonders, and he's been doing a great job. And approaching that 50% mark at the moment, just as the quad damage is running out of time. Trying to get that last bit of damage in the end. Bot mode gets himself 2 seconds worth of playtime with this. And they're all together, actually, charging back, so they just about make the attack work.
Big steal there. Big steal. They needed something. I mean, it looked like Stacked was going to get into that defensive groove again.
They've got a lot of health and armor, actually, on the Unlovable side. And now that they're able to put themselves into a defensive position and no power-up for a while, maybe this could be a very good moment for them.
Yeah, they need to catch up here, and then if they can get protection, they'll probably take the lead if they can get a strong defense.
See, pressure is on. They've got to hold on to this. Oh, brilliant rail here from bot mode. Can he land any more shots? Soul, it's just seconds away from being taken out, but they can't quite stay on the obelisk for long enough to draw it away. And this is the defense is coming out in buckets from Unlovables. Such important clutch plays from them. And bot mode, I like this decision to kill himself. So little health. I want to come back with a stack and be able to defend straight away.
And he gives his teammates a rocket launcher as well.
Perfect. And there it is. He's got the shotgun. He can come in from behind as there's the attack coming out from Noctis. They're going towards the armor. They don't even get it out. Bot mode's there. He's going to chuck it away with the injection. Brilliant, quick thinking from him, but he doesn't quite get the soul back onto the obelisk.
They were able to take the lead with that little run there.
That's crazy.
15 seconds, 10 seconds, or pretty soon that protection's going to come up. Oh, wow. And they still got it back.
He's going to bring it back, actually. And all right, this is going to be tense at the moment from these two. They're challenging away from the protection. This is a huge power-up.
Yeah, again,
that Noctis?
Yeah, again, Stacked has the protection. He's not terribly...
He's not very stacked at all. He could still go down at the moment. He has got the soul, though. He's weak and can't get out. This is a huge deal.
That's a huge turnaround now for Unlovables, getting the protection and the soul back. This is huge. Oh my goodness.
Are they going to take it? Okay, so that is going to be toxic. He manages to throw it in one direction, but bot mode getting a frag. Oh, he can't quite get up there. He's got a little bit of time left. He's going to try and run through the teleporter. Oh no, a teammate's managed to secure it instead and bring it back. What a mid-air rocket there from bot mode.
What a beautiful rocket.
This is the time to pop off.
Oh my goodness. Stacked has got to be feeling the pressure right now. This is it.
This is crazy pressure right now. I can't believe what I'm seeing at the moment. We have got 80% for Unlovables. They are staring in the jaws of victory at the moment, and I can't see what the Stacked players are able to do. The soul is going to be back up on there, and they've got almost 10%, and it's still a minute until the next power-up's going to be there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the nail gun damage, and he's going to be able to get it. There is a play beside, but the brilliant what is going on?
What a shot!
Insane stuff from Unlovables. Now, it's time to compose yourself the most. You are so close to doing something incredible.
They can smell that grand final right now.
99%. Is it there? Who's going to pressure? They've done it!
Unbelievable!
They have got the 2-1 onto Stacked and are going to face Team Liquid in the finals.
Wow! Great job. I love it. Yes, yes.
That's it. You deserve it.
You deserve it, dude.
That is
beautiful.
Oh, man, that is insane what we just saw there. That is one of the most we've seen some crazy things today, but this is probably one of the most unexpected things that we have got so far. Fair play to Unlovables.
Unlovables, great job. Like I said, if you don't know who they were before this, you should definitely know who this team is now.
You're damn right.
Amazing performance. I'm a fan.